Firebird is back in action. Of course, this is only a temporary fix because I have a surprise for you guys. All right, moment of truth. We got 12 volts, neutral, 3. Oh, come on. Time to jiggle some wires. Alright, well, my brother-in-law David is graciously helping me today. It's like 20 degrees. No, yeah, right, 20, I wish. It's like 16. It's like 16, and then in an hour or two, it's going to be 6. It's snowing in Iowa. Sorry, I thought Illinois, but it's Iowa. And so, John, more than likely, he's not going to make it this weekend. I got one temporary freeze plug in. I've checked the oil. It's not milky. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get, there's one more freeze plug, but I'm going to see if I can put in an actual brass one. Use a pry bar to wedge it in. But then on the other side of the engine, there's a temporary one that I can access. So we need 2 more freeze plugs. And then I could pressure test it if I can get it to start. For some reason, even though we had it running with John, now it doesn't want to have spark. I could smell fuel, so obviously that's still good. We sprayed carburetor cleaner in it. No sign of life, so there's a loose wire in the HEI, whatever, corrosion. So cap and rotor is gonna have to come off. I'm gonna have to jiggle some things, and it's gonna go back on. We'll see. We may run it yet, and if it holds pressure, because there are 2 freeze plugs in the back of the block, then it also depends on the water pump and the radiator as well. So there's a lot to consider. All right, John's here by some Christmas miracle, well, New Year's miracle. The weather is amazing. It's actually rubber glove weather or bare hand weather.
If you're from Hawaii or Iowa, depending.
Right. And I'm putting this freeze plug in. I got it in, now I just got to tighten it. The one on the other side, we're gonna have to loosen the motor mounts, lift the motor, squeeze it in, tighten it down, and then donuts. Because this motor's already been 250 degrees several times. Now it's been pushing out freeze plugs once. If it didn't crack, this is like the ultimate Pontiac block, because I've never heard of such a thing. Most don't survive one of those events, and this has been half a dozen. First time in years I'm going to be able to see how hot my engine gets. Maybe I don't want to know.
With any luck, this won't all end up on your face while you're trying to put the engine mounts back in. Not making a puddle yet.
Go ahead and follow with antifreeze, because it's going to be cold tonight.
This is true.
We don't want to repeat my mistake.
Freeze out another freeze plug.
Freeze out all the rubber ones. Except this time with the full system. Kill everything.
Ruin the block. Ruin the block as we're fixing it.
As we're fixing a really close miss.
You sure that's not just your nipple that's leaking? Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we have freeze plugs in it. Either the timing cover or the water pump is cracked. We're gonna get it a little bit up to temperature, not a lot. Oh, we got about 100 degrees. There you go. It's not gonna hold any pressure with that timing cover cracked though. All right, so let's go see if we can find a water pump. Corrosion. Lots of it. 7 years of tap water plus antifreeze. The bearing on that is shot, and the bottom of it is kind of rusted through. Yep. What we got? So the oil is hard to see, but the oil is not clean.
No.
But it's not necessarily all that dirty. Wow. Smell it. Smell your dipstick. Freaking gas.
Yeah.
From us trying to start it with no spark. So
It's not
we're
glycol, it's good news. Doesn't smell like it anyway.
Yeah. So I will not at all try to say I'm the smartest person in the world, but we are doing what we can given the circumstances. Now, not everybody knows exactly why this thing was parked. And those of you who do know, you are wonderful people. Those of you who don't know, you're still wonderful people. You just don't know. We have a kid with a fatal heart condition, so this was a matter of you deal with family first. What's another car? And it's not like I'm ever going to abandon this. A year of outdoors isn't going to kill it.
Apparently nothing can kill it. It's the God block.
The God block. Yeah.
You can overheat it, you can freeze it, but you can't kill it.
I don't know, man, but yes, I would definitely agree. This is
we need to go to Speedway.
Yeah.
Parts.
Well,
hey, that'd be why the bushing is shorter.
Oh, right, it gets that in there.
That thing.
That thing.
Hey, I know stuff.
Oh, that's right, because this was just hanging out. This is for my power steering pump, and I haven't used that in 5 or 6 years.
That would be why the bushing didn't come out until it fell.
And then you found the other piece.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have everything.
We do have everything. All right, so moment of truth.
Oil plug's out. Do you want to hear the good news?
Yeah.
The good news?
What's the good news?
I did not get any water when I pulled the plug initially.
And the water would have been at the bottom.
Correct.
Which is, so if you don't get water on your dipstick, that doesn't mean it's good. But if you don't get water coming out at all, that means it's good.
That means we didn't crack the block internally.
Not entirely.
Well, it's a good chance.
Oh, so if we could save this thing, put on a new water pump. We may be doing burnouts yet.
How many donuts do you figure a flip-flop is good for as an alternator bracket brace?
Depends what kind of RPM you're running.
Probably depends what the flip-flop's made out of too, whether we're talking foam or rubber.
It's foam. All right, pull it, please.
We got.
It's because the bolts broke off in here, and it's wallowed out in there. So all that's left holding this is this flex mount, and with plenty of zip ties and everything, we kind of sort of got the belt to barely align. That flip-flop will totally melt, but it'll be enough for us to get it up to temperature, see if the freeze plugs will actually hold, etc. So what are we looking at? More antifreeze?
Watching it bubble down. No, it's got a whole gallon of antifreeze concentrate in it. There you go. You have a thermostat in?
No, I have no heater core. Alright, throw a cap on it. Don't worry, I have plans of replacing this with an actual 72-inch cable. I just don't want it to short out at the moment.
I bought a cable, it's just not long enough.
Yeah.
Kind of like that one.
Which is why this had a connection. So the flip-flop's working on idle. I don't know how well it'll hold if you rev it. New water pump. Oil all over my headers. that? Is that water or is that cold?
I want to say it's probably just cold.
Well, we'll let it warm up and we'll see.
All right, so new freeze plugs are in, fresh oil's in, and we're pinhole leaking out of the radiator. Tell all these nice people what you're about to do to the God block.
Well, so far the freeze plugs are holding, but they're not seeing any pressure because the radiator has pinhole leaks. So I'm using this stuff. Not at all promoting this stuff. This is not an advertisement. This is just desperation. But I have used it to good effect on cars that are much less worthy. And also, I once said I would never put this garbage in something worthy, but here I am.
You said that, and then here we are.
I didn't. It's snowing. Oh man, it's gonna be a good day.
I'll go get some water.
Alright.
Starts right up.
It starts like it's angry for having sat around for too long.
Yeah. We have gauges. We have oil pressure. We have smaller coolant leaks.
Right? That cap's gonna be the first thing to go. That thing's garbage. You know what we don't have is power steering.
Yeah, we do. It's U-powered.
Oh, I know. Who needs a gym when you have a muscle car?
Alright, so alright. Sorry. That's I need a new starter, I need a new alternator, and I need a new alternator mount. I'm gonna need a new cap. Or I could just cut some hose off of this and use another 1/2-inch extension. That would actually be more reliable because that hose is, those caps are garbage. They're not meant to last at all. I got good PSI. So what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna change the oil filter. I haven't done that. That's a 2-year-old filter. A little on the dangerous side, so that's next. I checked the oil, absolutely no signs of water. It doesn't even smell like gas, nothing. Runs, drives great. I have oil pressure and everything. So yeah, the bird is back in action. Of course, this is only a temporary fix because I have a surprise for you guys. For the first time in ages, I finally have a shop, as in indoors, heated, not very big. It's 21 by 22 feet, but this entire Firebird is going to be taken apart. I'm going to weld up what needs welding. I'm going to put in actual brass freeze plugs, change the timing chain, replace the gaskets on the timing cover. I got a whole new taillight panel. I got that corner of the quarter panel. Everything has been purchased for this car. All I need is time. So if you guys want to see this car, let me know down below. I'm going to dedicate some time to it and actually make it like it needs to be. Work on the body and everything else. Maybe even put a headliner in, depends how much time I have. But what that also means is now I have an actual shop space to be able to continue working on that 69 Charger. So me and John and Budget Build Garage, I don't know if you heard of him, but he's a good hard-working young man. The three of us are going to get together and see what we can do about that Charger. So meanwhile, that flip-flop is holding my alternator in line with the belts. It sounds crazy, but it works. All I need to do is get it to the shop and start working on it. All right, peace.